Hey guys, Brandon with jazzpokercenter.com, and today we want to talk about growing pains. Your boy is going through some growing pains. Apparently, I still need a haircut. I'll talk to my wife about that. Anywho, so I'm at that point where, like, the next step, the next tier of items is just out of reach. I'm growing. We're still debt free as far as like household wise. Jab's Corner still owes me and my wife a good little chunk of money. It's made payments a couple after the last show last week and everything, and then something dropped in my lap yesterday. 20 ETBs of Prismatic Evolutions. Wasn't at the best price. 150 cents per ETB, just shy of market. But honestly, that's the cheapest place I can get them online, and we know they're going to go right back to 200. And I just ain't got the capital. I mean, I do in our personal savings account, personal checking account, but in Jab's checking account, Jabs ain't got it. So it's like one of them things. Do I want to give Jabs another loan? Because I charge Jabs 10% interest, or do I want to just let it go? And I'm trying to let it go. I really am. I told the wife, like a couple weeks ago. Well, I told about a month ago, really, that I'm gonna try to stop paying back money, because we was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back. Take money out of savings account, put in Jabs, buy something. After show, put it back in savings account. Then take money back. So I'm trying to quit that. So I just, instead of taking a whole chunk, putting it back in savings, I've been just putting a little bit back in there, making payments, so to speak, so I can still use Jabs money to buy stuff. And it's worked out. I haven't borrowed money from, or Jabs hasn't borrowed any money from us in about a month. And the wife, she complimented me, and she could see that, our savings account isn't so, up and down, up and down. So, but, man, so I spent all this money. I got my case of Scarlet Violet Base and Obsidian Flames and Mega Evolution booster boxes, Perfect Order booster boxes. I bought all these cases week before last, put on the website, which I don't have the traffic that a lot of people do to the website. I make 80% of my money from shows. I do really good in shows. do. Sorry. Sorry. God. Anywho, I do really good at the shows, right? I stick to my means. I slow down on eBay. That is 100% on me. I just wasn't putting nothing on eBay. I was still selling my video game cords and stuff and my replacement game cases. They've been my stable income on eBay, but I mean, it's not a lot. It's like $100 a week. So earlier this week, I started putting Pokemon cards back up on eBay, and I can already tell the traffic's picking back up on eBay. So that's good. I've already sold as much today and yesterday as I did the week before last. Last week was really good. I sold a deck board, so that was an anomaly. But yeah. So we're a TCG player. I really only want to use that for bulk. I don't like their shipping means. If I could ship the cheap cards through their own label that is trackable, kind of like eBay, I would probably do actually a lot more on TCG Play because they have lower fees. But so I still right now just sticking up with the bulk cards that I don't need pictures of, and that I mean, it's trickling through. Of course, when the next set comes out with Darkrai from Japan, I'll buy booster boxes of that, and I'll open that on my YouTube channel, and I'll put their bulk on my TCG Player store and push it on through. So yeah, so right now primarily the income is with shows. I've been really blessed. I am a people's person. I cannot talk to a camera. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. It's a YouTube channel. I ain't got the charisma that some people like DJ Pokey Center. He's all like 22. It is. his laugh. He got nostalgia numbers. I don't know how he keeps you in focus, but he's just so he's got so much information, right? Like, I mean, that guy knows it. And then, like, of course, Alpha Investment, like kicking chairs and talking about my stepsister and his mom and stuff. And then you got Brian with Pookie and E, which I know he's taking a sabbatical because of the baby. Congratulations, Brian. But it's just he's like his don't give a shit attitude, what you say, and I love it. Love all of them. They're definitely my favorite YouTubers. One day I'll learn to edit videos and I'll have some of this edited out, but not today. Not today. But so I ain't got the charisma, I guess, on camera. Now in person, I can sell ice to an Eskimo. You know what I'm saying? I can sell sand to a desert man. I mean and I need to learn how to get that charisma from in person to on camera. I have not figured that out for the life of me. I've always been that way. Though. I've always hated how my voice sounds. I always hated how I look. I mean, it's just what it is. But then in person, like I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm fat. I don't give a fuck. John Sellers and Jake Place can suck my. Yeah, I mean, if you know, you know. But anyway, like, so I'm trying to bring that charisma to the camera. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. Luckily, though, I got it at the shows. I feel like a lot of the vendors know me by name. If not by name, they at least know me by appearance. You know, I know names can be hard to remember because I am bad for it. But you see a lot of the same vendors. A lot of vendors are cool. I have my same guys that I'll send people to. You know, if I don't have something, I still do the walking around before shows to see what other vendors have. Or if I know, like this, if I know Gerald's over there, I know he's going to, if somebody comes to me with a bunch of bulk they want to buy that I don't want to go through, my man Gerald right there, he will buy all your bulk. You know, people was looking for high end slabs and stuff. If I ain't got Levi with me, or if Levi ain't got it, you know, hey, go see Pokemon Dan down there. He's got you. He's got a little bit of everything. He's got all the high end stuff. You know, and where that brings Pokemon Dan is talking about expanding his store. Might get a little display in his center. I don't know if this is a secret or not. So, but if it is, but I mean, it'd be cool though if I could get a place to set up my stuff. But then you got to think of the logistics of it and how is it going to work. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the air, but it is what it is. I mean, if God's willing, go down that path and we'll go. Wife has been doing really good on the shirts. I mean, she's doing a couple orders a week for the last 3 weeks, and I'm super proud of her. She's stuck to it. We rearranged the office. I need to show y'all the office one day, and of course shipping's no problem because she has family in Ohio. Hey, I got family in Ohio. Hey, Ashley, and so we've already been shipping shirts out, which I'm already had the shipping down pat. I ship stuff every day. So we were good with that. Yes, but we're just in that growing pains. Like I have the money in savings account to do all this bigger stuff with. But then the Dave Ramsey in me, you don't need to be borrowing it. You don't need to be wasting your savings account on Pokemon cards. And I get that. So, I'm trying to get the business is now LLC. It's its own entity. I think I said that right. And, it's its own thing. And I got it as LLC just so I could set up a business credit card. And I still haven't even done it. If you know me, you know how I feel about credit cards. They're no good. I've never had one in my life. I don't plan on ever having one in my name. But maybe Jab's Corner Store can. But Jabs wouldn't hold a balance on it. Like I would use it to pay for stuff to get my 2% cash back or whatever and then pay it off. But I also use it in case I buy stuff from a website online or something and I got scammed, I can do a chargeback. That's primary reason. Yeah, it's the primary reason why I want to get the credit card for the business. But yeah, I think I need to start spending. I don't know. Like I want to spend more on the website, but then the traffic's really not there. I got some English, I got some Japanese, I got binders and stuff. The best selling thing on my website is the binder. It's weird. So I got that going on. I don't know if how to get the traffic other than content. Everybody says content, and I just don't see how they do it. And maybe it's part of the charisma thing I don't have on camera, because DJ says he works 60 hours a week, and he's every day posting a video, if not going live. I don't think I have enough followers to go live. I don't want to just sit there and talk to myself on a live. I can do that on a video, but if I ever got enough subscribers, I would definitely do some lives. And dude, I don't know, man. Full-time job. Then I got a TCG player store. Then I got an eBay store. Then I got a website. I'm all trying to keep stuff. Then I'm buying stuff for the shows. And then, I got the website, and I just don't see how people have. Well, somebody just cashed at me $40. It must have been a shirt order because I didn't sell no Pokemon cards just now. So you go, babe. And I don't know. I got growing pains. It's kind of a bittersweet thing. It's good to have that problem. Like, man, this big thing, it's in graphs. But then also I got a lot of shit that's already paid for. Might as well sell that first. And it'll sell. I know y'all see this every day or every show, but it changes. It does. And I don't take everything to shows. I don't want to be there with 5 or 6 of them prismatic boxes. I'd rather just have the one. I mean, honestly, right now is a good time to do it because what doesn't sell this week just goes up next week. I bought that Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center ATB from a vendor for $250, and now the lowest list on TCG Player today is like $450. And I got 2 of them, but I just take one, and when it sells, then I'll take the other one. And I don't know if that's stuff I should put on the website. Like, I don't want to ship that. That's a there it is. That's a shitload of stuff to ship. I ship all the time, so I know how much stuff like that is to ship. And of course, we have Matt's $10 shipping on the website, unless you get $250, and it's free shipping. So I definitely ain't gonna want to pay $20 for that to be shipped to California and lose money on it. So that stuff like that is not going on the site. I am thinking about putting some loose packs on there. And there's some people kind of iffy about loose packs, but I have a shitload of loose packs. I sell a lot of loose packs at shows. The Clinton show, I think that's one of the things that helped me. Like I said, a lot of vendors were really slow. They didn't want to go back Sunday. One of them did 400, another one did 700. Someone just said they didn't do good, and I did like 1,500. I didn't sell a lot of seal stuff off my back shelf. I sold a lot of packs. That clientele there could not afford, $300 Blooming Waters, but they could afford a $28 pack of 151. They couldn't afford a $100 ETB of Surgeon Sparks, but they could afford a couple $7 packs. So we sold a lot of packs there, and I felt like that was good. That's what worked out. That's all I really got for this video. Just want to share my growing pains. Super thankful for everybody who's supporting us along the way. Might be having a small little storefront coming up in the future. I don't know how that's going to work. I already got a lot of irons in the fire. Something to think about. Wife's doing good with her shirts. See if we can get this to full time one day. But then again, I still live my 9-to-5 job, so there's that too. Anyway, that's all I got today. Now I'm gonna make some faces and pick the best one for a thumbnail at the end. So you can go or you can look at the faces. Probably like it has to be like growing pains, right? Like was that a growing pain? Or hang on, can I get my knee up? No, I can't get my knee up. Oh shit. No. That looked like growing pains, right? Yeah, we're gonna go with that art. I don't know. That might just snip down for another thumbnail later on. Do one of these. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank y'all. Love you. Bye.